Holla ballers and a bro fist to you all! Hello my wonderful, wonderful people out there in the internet community. It's great to see you. Look at you all shining brightly, all turned up for a workshop that's not gonna happen. Yeah! How good is that? Oh, hey, wanna know a good drama story? About an hour and a half ago I punched a dog in the head. A Doberman specifically. Now I've really hurt my hand. It's my mouse hand as well, which kind of makes it worse. Not to joke, but this actually happened. Yep, actually happened. A dog tried to attack Ben, and and I don't mean this offensively, the rather portly young boy, probably about 13 or 14 years of age, could not make his way across the field quick enough in order to control his dog, nor would it come back. I tore the dog away from Ben by its collar. It then came back for more. I ain't having that. If it comes between my dog and your dog's getting punched in the head. I didn't know what to do. It's got them panic situations. What do? Do you just keep ripping the dog away? My instincts was just to punch it very hard in the head and it ran away. I don't know. It was one of those things. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The dog kind of gave a little yelp and ran away. I didn't know what to do. What do you do? I was looking at my phone at the time. I was reading your emails. I was like, I'd played Sticks with Ben. Let's get rid of the chest there. I had played Sticks with Ben, which is his favourite game. And then I was waiting for him to do his business and all that kind of stuff. And I was just checking my phone. I was just reading emails while he potted about and did his own thing. And then some of this Doberman puppy, I would guess, not puppy, about 2 years old maybe, charged across the field, started chasing Ben. I was okay with that. Ben likes being chased. He seemed to be really enjoying it. The dog was reasonably fast. Ben is, of course, outrageously fast. F-Zero dog. F-Zero-X dog. And was easily outrunning this dog. To which it just got angrier and angrier and angrier. And then attempt to try and hurt him. Once it eventually did catch a pass. I would like to say it bypassed a tree and managed to get near Ben. One of those things. One of those things. Okay. So I was going to do a workshop. One side effect of Emma being pregnant is she's unable to maintain a solid position while in the bed area. Now that sounds kind of sexy. It really isn't. It means I haven't slept for about 3 or 4 days. Not more than a couple of hours. Kind of shitty. So I spent 6.5 hours today, before I took Ben to beat up a Doberman, to do your combustion video. I have hours of footage of me rambling about fire mages. Rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling. It's not the best. It's not the best. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I have one of those conditions where I can't sleep. It takes me on average, I would say, about an hour to an hour and a half to go to sleep after going to bed and turning the lights off. Sometimes more. Up to 4 hours sometimes. Sometimes less, depending. So in which case I've not really been to sleep. That's okay though. It's a blessing and a curse. It's where I develop most of my stories in my head. But that's fine. That's fine. So we're going to have a drama story today. Because this one made me laugh out loud. Like, actually made me laugh. Now, it deals with some sensitive subjects. It's in fact called Racism, a Pug Experience. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful, but I trust this will suffice for those of you expecting a workshop. Don't worry, I'll get to them. I'll get to them. I'm going to sleep all weekend. That's my plan. So, we have four roles. One of them is a racist. So let's get that out of the way first. Who's going to be our racist? Who's a good sport? Who is a good sport? Because remember, this story isn't actually about you. Yeah, Jack. Okay, Jack. We're going to call him Jinoto. Johto, good choice. Good choice. I know Jack can take it on the chin like a boss. Who's Mr. Nice Guy? I'm racist. Look at all you people. Shouldn't you be in Soda Popping stream? Did I go there? I went there. Who's going to be a nice guy? Who's going to be a nice guy? I think we'll have Gilesso. Gilesso can be the nice guy. Always been a nice guy. The gnome 13-year-old prot warrior. Who's a gnome warrior? It's pretty pro. Pretty pro. Who's going to be the gnome warrior? Somebody was going on about being a resto shaman, I think. No warrior, too cool to be Genji. Too cool to be Genji. Too cool. Oh, War Cruel. Yeah, baby. That sounds like a 13-year-old's name. Oh, shit, son. I might be tired. I might have a busted hand, but I got you. I got you. And Random DPSer, who is a Night Elf Hunter. Night Elf Hunter. Who's being Legolas? Who's Legolas? Who? Ali? Ali, you're Legolas. Alright, we'll have Ali. We'll have the good people in there. We'll have some people in there. Okay, so we're going to take our racist, Genoto, our Mr. Nice Guy, Jalesso, our Gnome Warrior, Warcruel, and our random, who shall be Ali, our Night Elf Hunter. And this story is called Racism, a Pug Experience. Now, I know you're all thinking, can Preach handle this? Has he got the skills? Has he got the skills? We'll see. We'll see. I started playing WoW 4 years ago during Wrath of the Lich King. Starts well. Doesn't it start well? I'm going to have to lower the chat. Starts well. We're starting Wrath of the Lich King. All good. As much as I hate to admit it, the commercials and free trial period were what did me in. That marketing. Hey, Wrath of the Lich King looked awesome. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. Look good. Unfortunately, because of my job, I can't play WoW during the weekdays. Typically, I have to travel and work a 60, 80 hours each week. I'm with you, pal. I know the feeling. But my job is playing WoW, so kind of not with you there. Yellow swag. I guess I'm still winning. I just want to make sure I'm winning. I feel like I'm winning. Sometimes more, depending if I'm on a shitty project. When I'm home for the weekends, though, my priorities are to hang out with friends, get drunk, have sex, and then play WoW. In that order. That's what's important there, is the order in which that was listed. We get home, it's weekend, we meet our friends, priority number 1, then we get really drunk. Then we sort of slobber all over our beloved one. Then we go play some WoW with our drunken exterior and our soggy balls. We just end up going playing some WoW. I like it. I like it. Good plan. Good plan. Being married at the time. Oh, at the time? Oh. So at least one of those 4 things can be skipped now. You've actually become more efficient. Right? Look, it is a good thing. You can skip one thing out. You can skip one thing out. Done. Straight to WoW. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. Straight to WoW. Oh, okay. Being married at the time, however, those first 3 priorities were non-existent. So there was actually a good deal of time for WoW on the weekends. In case you haven't guessed it, yeah, I have since gotten divorced and are bitter. I guessed it. So, but again, you just bypassed some of the rubbish, okay? Skip some of the boring junk. So because of my work schedule and unwillingness to devote a good chunk of my time to a weekend raiding guild, my first 2 years of WoW consisted of max leveling 25 toons and running heroic dungeons. My fucking god. Wow. Wow. 25 and straight into the 5-mans and it ended there. Dude. Are you with me, guys? Oh, it's not bullshit. It's good. It's good. Every great once in a while, I was fortunate enough to join a pug raid. Fortunate pug raid. Said nobody ever, except our author. Fortunate, yes! A pug raid. I did a handful of Nax, Ulduar and ICC runs. However, these were few and far between. After getting a taste for raiding, I quickly started to become bored with just running heroics, especially if you compare it to Pug ICC. Dude, I don't do 5-mans no more. Pug ICC is where it's at. Pug ICC is where it's at. After you've had a taste of Pug ICC, how can you turn back? Especially Pug and Pug Nax. There was only one logical thing to do. Chapter 2, it's time to Pug. I went heals. Healer, good choice. I leveled a male Draenei Resto Shaman. You went there. You went there. By this time, it was Cataclysm. So as soon as I could, I hit ZA and ZG to get the best possible raid gear. Nice. Nice. ZA-ZG is where it's at. I gemmed, enchanted and reforged my newly attained gear appropriately. I then did the only thing I could. I hit the Stormwind trade chat. Looking for raid. I level 353 Resto Shami. Before I even had the chance to figure out how frequently I would spam trade chat, I got a reply from Gillesso. Hey, do you want to heal a 10-man for BWD? Alright. I thought to myself, hell motherfucking yeah, I want to heal a 10-man raid! Exclamation mark. And replied with, sure. Isn't that the way? Isn't that the beauty of being that wonderful guy who uses MSN Messenger or Skype to chat up those ladies? While you're furiously fapping away, you can reply like a silver-tongued cavalier. Hey, baby. Is the reality, but what she sees is this calm, James Bond-esque kind of character who can handle talking to a pretty lady with such ease. Sure. Sure, I'll heal your Blackwind Descent 10-man. Yeah, I will. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm the guy you need in your raid. Where he's really thinking, 10-man! Yay! He invited me to the group and informed me that they were all ready as soon as I go to the instance. I felt my stomach sink when I quickly realised that I hadn't done my WoW homework. Not only had I never raided BWD, nor read or watched any guides about the raid, I didn't know what BWD stood for. Want to heal a BWD 10-man? Fuck yeah, I do! Fuck is a BWD? What are you talking about? Speak English, motherfucker! BWD? What? You talk English? Jesus! Yeah, I'll heal you BWD. Sure. It's like a 5-man, right? I've done a 5-man before. Pfft, this is easy. I decided to play it cool, James Bond style. What did he do? Doesn't know what BWD is. Everyone's rating from the instance. How do we get out of that situation without looking like a noob? What is our first response? What is our first logical response? Come on. Must be plenty. Oh, Augurs. A dirge. Summon, please. Summon. Yeah, I'll heal you. No problem. Don't know where we're going. Summon me, please. Summon me. Come on. You can summon me, guys. I played it cool. Summon me, please. Gillesso replied back, sorry, it's on cooldown, but it looks like you're in Stormwind, so just fly on over. My initial reaction to this was, how does he know I'm in Stormwind? Wait a minute. How do you know I'm in Stormwind? How did you know? How did you know? But being quick on my feet, I opened my map. I've got this. I opened my map. I zoomed out. And I saw 9 blue dots clustered together near Black BRD. I got this, I thought. I got this. I could deal with this. I could deal with this. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. I mounted up and started to fly over. On my way, I replied. I started grinning ear to ear, thinking about how I narrowly escaped being kicked from a group for asking directions to the raid, only to begin to sweat buckets as I got to Blackrock Mountain. I didn't know where the instance was. I quickly tabbed out of WoW over to a browser to see if I could find directions to the entrance, but I could not. Reluctantly, I tabbed back over to the game. As I was about to whisper Gillesso my problem, a summon popped up on my screen. I quickly accepted. Bitches. Yeah. Once inside, I drank a flask, ate my intellect food, and Gillesso whispered me his vent info. After he informed me that I passed his gear check, well played Gillesso, well played, I tabbed back out to my desktop to connect to Vent. That's when I realised I don't have Vent. I just bought a new PC 2-3 weeks ago, and Ventrilo wasn't installed. I quickly opened up a browser and started downloading the app, and the group started to clear trash as we headed off to Magmor. Chapter 3. I am that guy. We get to Magmor and stopped. I waited. No one said a word. We just stood there. I started staring down the boss, psyching myself up. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've done a few raids before. I'm properly geared. Think about all those ZA, ZG runs where things turned shit, but you stood strong. You remained a baller. You healed through it and you saved the day. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this! That's what it says in caps lock and shit. I glanced over to my chat window and Jalesso whispered me, "Are you ready?" I replied, "Yeah, I'm ready!" After that psych up, you guarantee that's how he replied, right? Are you ready? Yeah! Bring it on, bitch! Fucking 2 M16s, I'm ready to go! But he typed it, so it was like, yeah. Are you ready? Fine. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. He responded, "Well, why aren't you on vent then?" Damn it. It then hit me. We weren't waiting, but rather the group was explaining the fight and the strategy on vent. Which, of course, I didn't have. Shit. At this point, I had to bite the bullet. And I told you so. I don't have vent installed, but I'm installing it right now. I could feel Jalesso's sigh on the other end. Luckily, instead of kicking me from the group, he whispered me the details and said I'm assigned to the main tank, but I should help with AoE healing when possible. Got it, I replied. Got it. Genoto asked, "Are we ready now?" I replied, "Yep." Jalesso whispered me again, "It's a good idea to put Earth Shield on the tank." I set a focus on the bear in our group and Earth Shielded him. Suddenly, a little gnome ran up to my turn and started jumping up and down. Warcruel shouted in chat, "What the fuck is going on? I am the goddamn main tank. I have a fucking star over my head." Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I see a man with a star over his head, the first thing that comes to my mind is he is the main tank. He is the god of all things because he has that star above his head, and anybody who doesn't know that is a fucking idiot and should leave the raid, for the star is everything. The star will guide us, and that is me. Well done, Warcruel. Well done. Luckily, Jalesso stepped in here. Guys, calm down. He doesn't have vent. I quickly Earth Shielded Warcruel. This is when Ali asked, "Why didn't he just say so earlier?" I thought to myself, good question. That is a very good question. I responded the only way I knew how, with silence. Everybody ready? I said, is everybody ready? Does anybody know who caused that wipe? Shaman, you caused the wipe. Ready, check? Ready? I fucking love it. I fucking love silence. Silence is the best solution in World of Warcraft. The best. The best solution. Ever in doubt? Just don't say anything. If you fucked up, just don't say anything. Eventually they won't care. Nobody will care. Just don't say anything. Who popped Bloodlust? You're the only guy in the group that can pop Bloodlust? Just don't say anything, Splat. Shaman, did you pop Bloodlust? Bloodlust? And then if you want to be super cool, if you want to be the best, then type into chat. This is the best thing you can do. After doing silence for a good few minutes, type into chat, what are we waiting for? Nah. Your raid leader will love you. You will be the most coveted member of that raid. Why are we waiting? Just type that in. Cool as you like. Cool, especially in caps lock. Put it in caps lock. Why are we waiting? I've been ready for ages. The fight started. By the second pillar of flame, I was well out of position. It hit me instead of our range, and I died to the ads. Luckily, the group was able to muscle through and down the boss. After loot was distributed, the off-tank, a healer, and 2 of the DPS left the group. Good pug. Clearly, they saw where this was going, and they were having none of it. Wise. Wise. And I'm out. Okay, everyone died to Magmar? Good, I'm out. We cleared the trash to Omnitron and then stopped, so Jalesso could recruit more folks for the pug. Jalesso whispered me, "Can you ask some of your guildies to join?" I actually was in a guild, just for the perks. I replied, yeah, because I'm the guy you need. I'm the guy you need. Even though I had no intention to do so. Oh, hey, can you ask someone from your guild? Yup. Anybody from your guild want to go? No. Weird, right? No one wants to go. I've asked. Yeah, I typed into guild chat and I did all that kind of stuff. No one wants to go. Weird. I love it. I love it. I waited 10 minutes and then told him, "There's only 185 online right now," who responded back, "But he's already saved." You even came up with a backstory? A fucking backstory? I've asked. There's only one guy, but he's saved. Yeah, I know. Isn't that always the way? Weird. I figured that sounded realistic enough. Plus, it made it seem like I was actually trying. 2 birds, 1 stone, baby. Efficiency. Efficiency. What I was actually doing was my WoW homework. I was on the YouTube watching Blackwing Descent guides and Vent had installed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to help you recruit more people for this pug. Watching YouTube. I'm helping you. I'm watching YouTube. This is the best. Trust me, this is the best thing I can do for you right now. Is actually work out what we're doing. I'm actually doing you a favor. Okay? Okay? I'm doing you a favor. Chapter 4. The complete pug experience. Ventrilo. As soon as I joined Vent, I heard a bunch of trash redneck hillbillies talking about NASCAR. Now, being from the UK, how many Americans we got? We got a lot of Americans? We got some Americans here today? Where you at, Americans? Give me a hell yeah, Americans. Americans, Americans, Americans. Yo, Soul Seeker Americans. Now, I don't know much about NASCAR. I don't know much about NASCAR. But I assume that in America, NASCAR has its connotations of being redneck hillbilly. I guess. I'm only guessing. Jimmy Johnson, America. I want to go fast. I want to go fast. Little Walker, little Texas Ranger. NASCAR, I want to go fast, for sure. Okay. First of all, it's not NASCAR. Guess what Genji likes? First of all, don't call it NASCAR. Don't call it NASCAR. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, the actual guy's getting all angry. Shake and bake, baby. I want to go fast. I felt completely out of my element. The only thing missing from this was banjo music from the movie Deliverance and a debate on who fucks their own sister better. Sounds like it was a good conversation. Sounds like a good conversation. If you've never seen Deliverance, by the way, you should. Unless you're really young, then don't. Unless you're really young or about to go on a camping trip. Okay, let me rephrase that. I kind of stumbled into a bad place. If you're about to go camping, don't watch Deliverance. Okay? If you're under 15-ish, don't really watch Deliverance. Okay? If you're not in any of those categories, then go ahead and watch Deliverance. It's actually a really good movie. It is. It's just it's got a rather infamous scene in it. A lot of you instantly jumping to the Pirate Bay to download it. Maybe it's on Netflix. I don't know. I quickly began to hate Genoto. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? I quickly began to hate Genoto. It wasn't just because he would go on and on about how high his numbers were, how he's carrying the entire group, and how he shouldn't even really be here, but mainly because of his, well, philosophy, shall we say. Also, he didn't take a very soft approach when expressing his point of view. Now, for example, I want to go fast, I want to have big numbers. Is there a link between NASCAR and arcade mages? A study. We need science. We need science. An example of Genoto's point of view. Instead of saying the phrase, the president really needs to fix his immigration problem, instead of slacking off at the job, I wish there really was an easy fix to this issue, Genoto would say, these S-words keeps running across our borders like diseased rats that they are, but this... But that's what happens when you vote a K-word loving N-word into the White House. I wish we could just kill them all. Okay, so Jack Genoto has a rather... we need science. We need science. I'm not going to say those words. They're rather dangerous. But yeah, extremely racist. Extremely racist. This guy literally redefined the word ignorant for me. For everyone else, Genoto. Good guy Genoto. Gilesso saw that I logged onto Vent and welcomed me into the discussion with open arms. My reply was delayed because I forgot to set my keybind to the Vent speak button. A classic error. We've all been there. We've all been there. I tabbed out to Vent, replied, thanks, and set my keybind. Genoto turned his attention to Walkrule, telling him what a shit tank he is. Enough about NASCAR. To the tank. I want to remind everybody here that this tank is in fact terrible. Well played, Scarazgirl. Well played. Enough about NASCAR. On to the tank. He's terrible. I want everyone to know this. Walkrule began to nerd rage, and I did all I could not to burst out laughing when I heard Walkrule speak. Clearly Walkrule was going through puberty, and had a squeaky voice. Genoto quickly put an end to the argument by saying, hey Walkrule, you're going to have wet dreams tonight of me fucking your mom. Classy. That's one way to end an argument. That is one way to end an argument. Well played again, Genoto. Genoto then turned his attention to me, kind of like Demururu. This eye of Genoto just seems to cast its gaze upon random members and then begin to berate them. Genoto then turned his attention to me and asked, do you know this fight? I was taken aback by this question because clearly I didn't know the first fight. Why on earth would he think I knew the second one? You idiot, Genoto. I thought it was pretty much common knowledge to the group that I didn't know shit. But I told him, yeah. I've been studying the guides on the YouTube while waiting for other players to join the group. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's fine. Do you know what? Do you know? Yeah, sure. Why not? I saw a video. It's robots, right? And they walk around and you know, spells and shit. Seems pretty easy to me. In the video, they killed it really easily, so it must be an easy fight. Yeah. This fight looks really easy, because in the video they killed it. They didn't even wipe in the video. Of course it's easy. They killed it in the video. So it must be easy, right? These guys killed it. I love that. I love people. God, Leishan Heroic is so easy. Method were laughing when they killed it. Those comments exist. Yeah. Easy. Easy fight. Piece of piss. My stomach sank for a third and final time. Genoto asked, who the fuck popped heroism? It appears that when I set my keybind for vent, I bound it to the same button I have assigned for heroism. I'm gonna let that sink in. In the all-time history of fuck-ups, that one is impressive. At least you heroically replied over Ventrilo, right? When he asked you about this fight, not only did you tell him yes, you've been studying YouTube, but you did so with a heroism and a bloodlust that is hard to find. Yeah, I watch YouTube! I watch YouTube, said his character, growing in stature as he replies to this racist character. I love that. Seeing as how I was the only shaman in the group, I was fucked. I owned up to it. What choice did I have? Sorry, that was me. I hit the wrong button. My bad. The group went silent. After some time, Gilesso eventually recruited enough people to fill our empty slots. No thanks to me, but hey, I tried. At least in his mind I did. And the idea, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. No, it doesn't. It's a fucking lie. Anybody who says it's the thought that counts means you gave a shit effort / present / anything. At least you tried. No, you failed. You failed miserably. You failed. If someone says to you, at least the thought that counts, fail. It was a fail. Thought for the win. I considered learning math, but then I didn't. But I thought about it, and that at least matters. That's why I stopped trying. We progressed through all of the other bosses up to Nefarian. Various people left and joined this disgraceful pug, and we had our fair share of wipes. It must have taken us about 4.5 hours to reach Nefarian. Wow. I get so angry. In Darkstorm, I got really angry if we were in Blackwing Descent for more than an hour. I'm fucking serious. I was angry as shit. Seriously angry. I was pissed off. People were tired and wanted to go to bed, but it was a pug. We knew we weren't regrouping tomorrow, so it was either finish this last fight or have no chance at a kill for this week. All in all, I was pretty pleased with myself. After Magmar and watching the guides, I was number 1 or 2 in total heals and HPS for all the other fights. He was number 2 in a 10-man raid. Oh, now this is where this story really made me laugh. Ordinarily, I'm going to say this. I'm going to break character for a moment. Ordinarily, I would jump down his throat for this. I really would. Because it's so easy to tear this apart. But it said brackets. And this made me laugh. Yes, I get it, Preach. It's a fucking 10-man raid. The third healer was probably shit. Just give it to me. Let me have my win. Just let me have this moment, right? I was so happy. It says in brackets. Because when I pre-read the story, I was instantly making up a part about this story in my mind, and then I read that. So I'm going to let you have this one. But you know it was a fail. And that's what matters to me. I can let you have this win, but you know inside where it matters. You know. I don't need to say it. You know. The only thorn in my side throughout this entire run was Genoto, who over the course of 4.5 hours of Pug proceeded to get more drunk and more salty in Vent. During the Nefarian fight, Warcruel wasn't managing his cooldowns properly, and he was having major problems. We were only able to push phase 2 once in our first 8 attempts. Genoto was fuming and began lashing out at Warcruel, saying how Warcruel's tanking is shit and causing his DPS to go down. Right then it dawned on me. I had a moment of clarity, and I knew exactly what to do. In another attempt or two, we finally pushed to phase 2. I ran to my platform. It was me, Ali, and yep, Genoto. Now mind you, up until now, Genoto and I hadn't really argued with each other. Not only was he unaware as to what I was planning, he wouldn't have had the slightest clue as to why I was doing it. For me, I had just been listening to his racist views about blacks, Jews, Asians, Orientals, blue people, and anybody else you can go on for far too long in Vent. I loathed him, and I snapped. I started healing, but did not cast a single heal Genoto's way. His health got low and he bubbled, World of Gloried himself, and then self-healed back to full. I laughed as I watched his precious DPS fall in the meters. He started yelling in Vent. I just replied. What did he reply, people? What did he reply? That get out of jail free card made famous by Mr. Ghost. Lagmate. Lagmate. Why are you not healing me? Lag, mate. Lag, mate. We wiped. But not because of our platform. We wiped in phase 3. We tried again. We pushed to phase 2 again. Genoto again received no heals. And again his DPS suffered. He was pissed. Really pissed. At this point, Jalesso noticed and asked me, hey, you need to AoE heal, healing rain, chain heal, etc. I once again apologised and blamed it on lag. And I said, I got this now. I got this now. Another attempt. When we hit phase 2 but no heals for Genoto, he went crazy. And went off the wall in Ventrilo because I wasn't healing him. I refreshed Earth Shield on Ali, topped her and myself off with a nice Riptide, and I even gave her a random gift of the Naru. Smooth talking motherfucker. How does it feel, Ali, to have that gift of the Naru? All for yourself. All for yourself. I then walked right in front of Genoto and sat down on the platform as I proceeded to not heal. He screamed in vent, motherfucker, kick this fucking prick out of the group! We made it to phase 3 again. And I stood up and started healing the group. That is everybody but Genoto. I even went out of my way to position my healing rains just out of reach of Genoto. That's so annoying. Oh my god. Oh, Rep Pally, right? God damn. There's nothing more annoying. Segue. LFR healers, I know you're there. Why on Sulong LFR do you spam your AoE heals in the daylight beam where nobody is taking damage? Why are you doing that? Answer me. I want a fucking letter. I want a fucking serious fucking letter as to why you spam heal the only people in the raid that do not need healing. Assholes! Do you not see that you are healing nobody at all? You fuckers. I hate you. I actually hate you. I did Sulong 6 times today while trying desperately in my melted brain state to do a Fire Mage video. Fuck you. Fuck you. Dickheads. Padding those overheal meters. Cool people pad overheal meters. Dickheads. Absolute dickheads. Yeah, 6 times. I had a bad day. I had a bad day. I went out of my way to position my healing range just out of reach of Genoto, so he'd be forced to move if he wanted my heals. Genoto's precious DPS was total shit now. And Jalesso was getting extremely irritated, since he now was pulling double duty, healing the off-tank who was kiting the ads, and spot healing for Genoto. To my surprise, we downed a Nefarian, but that didn't stop Genoto from wanting to continue to rage more in Ven. I just pressed my speak key and started laughing, and laughing, and laughing, until they kicked me off vent. My helm tier piece dropped, but I didn't get it. It was totally worth it. I left the group and began preemptively / ignoring everybody who I'd met in that pug. Before I got to everyone though, I got a whisper from Ali, who said how funny it all was, and that Genoto totally deserved it. The moral of the story, LFR is not such a bad place, all things considered. It's not the moral of the story. It's never true. It's never true. That's terrible. It's terrible. That's not the moral of the story. LFR is always bad. Always bad. It's a good story. Well played, Genoto. Well played. Well played. Yeah, LFR is idiots. That's not the moral of the story, but that's what it says. That's what it says. The LFR story. Don't be a racist fuck is the moral. Yeah, that's kind of more of the moral. It's do not want to go faster. Don't go faster. Don't go faster. What a tremendous story. Thoroughly enjoyed reading that. Thoroughly enjoyed reading that. I absolutely adored it. However, that is not the best stories we have. It is not the best stories. I have a story of a man getting stabbed. IRL. Yeah. I have a story of a man who got stabbed. I have a story about how someone fooled themselves. I have a new drama story that is in .rtf format. And it's called I Can't Think of a Title. WoW is more than a game. Yep. Bad Ray Leader. I've got to look quite a few. And I'll be choosing 3 of them for tomorrow. Yes, it does escalate quickly. Rich text .rtf. I'd never heard of it itself. I'd never heard of it. But we will, in fact, be listening to them tomorrow. Tomorrow is the official Drama Friday. I hope you were satisfied with today's story. I thought it was relative. I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to go and rest before Emma gets home, so I can have some sort of hour's peace. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I know you expected a workshop. I hope it was okay. Tomorrow is the full Drama Friday, as well as Saturday is the Battle for Blackrock, and Sunday I'm not doing anything. I'm not reading anything on Saturday. Other than that, thank you again, and I will see you tomorrow. I believe Ghosty is streaming tonight. I know he's playing a lot of League of Legends with you guys, and you're quite enjoying it, which is good news. And remind him that he is, of course, he blows goats. I want my Warrior Workshop. We'll get there. Don't you worry about that. Take it easy, guys, and have a great evening. Bye.